Good Monday morning. Well, here we are. Last Monday of the year. We've done it. 52 Mondays together. Can I just say what a honor it is to spend them with you? One day I hope, and we will, when we get to heaven, be able to have conversations over really large Coca-Colas and coffee, whatever your drink of choice is. I like hot tea in the mornings, so. But as we just look at this year that we've traveled together and the concept of spiritual warfare that we've talked about, let's just imagine for a moment that we really do have a real enemy. We do. Over and over in Scripture, it professes that to be true. John 10:10, we all know it. Most of us know it. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I've talked about it over and over. That is a progressive passage of Scripture. He starts with stealing, but do not be fooled. He's ultimately after destruction. But in all the conversation about the enemy, the one thing that we can never forget and that honestly needs to be bigger and highlighted more than anything about the enemy is the second passage of that Scripture. But anytime you see a but in Scripture or in life, it negates everything that just happened. So I love the buts of God. But I have come that you might have life and have it to the full. Abundant life is our inheritance. And so all throughout Scripture, as we've learned this year, the Lord gives us arsenal. He gives us arsenal with our the armor of God, with prayer, with thanksgiving, with all the other things we've talked about this year. He gives us authority. When He came to earth and He died and rose again, He took all authority back from the enemy and He said, all authority that I have given it to you. You and I now have authority that they didn't have before Christ came. But we have a different kind of authority now. He also has given us access in a way they didn't have until Jesus. See, used to it was only the priest that could go in to the Holy of Holies, remember? And then they even tied a rope around his leg just in case he got too close and died and they could pull him out. No, you and I, it said when Jesus died on the cross, the veil that separated just normal human beings from the very presence of God, that veil that prevented them from getting into the Holy of Holies, that stood between man and the Holy of Holies, was rent in two, torn from top to bottom. And now you and I can boldly approach the throne of grace. So now you and I have an access to God that they didn't have for 4,000 years. And you and I have it in our car, or standing by our kitchen sink, or we have it in the shower, or laying in the bed at night, or wherever we may need it, we have direct access. You and I have weapons of war that the enemy cannot defeat. That's what we have been given. So as you go into this new year, remember that. You have arsenal, authority, and access. And then I want you to ask the Lord, Lord, what are my I musts for this next season? Because when you know your I must, you can say no to what you need to say no to and yes to what you need to say yes to. God has I must for you in this next year. So as we close out this year together, I just want to remind you of Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go, and He will keep you on track. God has you in the palm of His hand. If you will not try to lean to your own understanding, but trust Him with all of your heart, He will make clear your I musts. He will direct you in all you do, and you'll enjoy the abundant life you were created for. That is really good news on this last year of Monday mornings. If your heart was encouraged today, please know that we have many other resources available for you. You can discover all of those at reclaiminghearts.org.